Greetings, friends. This is Elizabeth Schermer with a message for the Libra New Moon on Saturday, September 28th. This year's Libra New Moon occurs today, September 28th at 11:26 a.m. Let me check the time on the chart, make sure. Yes, 11:26 a.m. Pacific time. And as I make this message, we're in the final half hour of the previous cycle. This is called balsamic phase, and these are the most potent hours, in many ways the most potent hours of the entire month, because the entire month that has come before is bringing forward not just the previous lunar month, which was an incredible new moon and lunar cycle. It's bringing forward everything that's ever come before, and we have the opportunity now to receive all those potentials, to integrate those potentials, and then today at 11:26, in about half an hour, the new moon, the sun and moon will come together. The moon will receive a new impulse and a new signature of possibility represented by the astrology chart for the new moon. And then this new grid and new pattern will unfold over the coming month. So I'm really eager to connect with you today because this every lunar month is powerful. The Libra New Moon holds an amazing potential for each of us to step into something new in our lives through participation in the world. And so this lunar cycles always build on each other. This year of 2020 has been a remarkable time of acceleration, of evolution, the evolution of consciousness, and that's not just personally, but for our entire collective. What's important to understand about how we are evolving is that the evolution is happening through each of us individually. And that's what is important to understand about this Libra New Moon, is that it's a signature and it's a time of each of us stepping into a new understanding of individual empowerment and how we join together as individuals to create something larger than any of us could ever do on our own. So the tarot card for the Libra Moon is very special and holds many teachings that are relevant right now. It's called Adjustment in the Thoth deck. It's known as Justice in other decks. The Justice refers to the ability to accept and participate fully in the greater truth of what unfolds in our lives. Justice refers to the universal principles of karma and balance and harmony that are often beyond what our personal minds can understand. And the word adjustment in this deck refers to our ability as we evolve and mature and grow in consciousness, our ability to choose to step into conscious relationship with all of our circumstances. And so the priestess in this image holds the sword of truth. And she is choosing alignment with higher mind and higher truth, and choosing to fully ground herself in the world and in her circumstances through her connection to truth. So in this picture, in this image and painting, her toes don't even touch the ground. The only thing that touches the ground is the very point of the sword. So this is a picture and an image of incredible strength and the ability to maintain equilibrium, the balances of justice, the scales of justice, to maintain equilibrium through inner strength. And the sword represents truth, the higher truth of higher mind. And so this teaching itself could be the principle for our entire life. And there's a special opportunity with the Libra New Moon to receive new qualities for each of us of what it means to be a participant, what it means to claim our own truth, and then come into full relationship with the world, full participation with the world, from this place of alignment with inner truth. And then adjustment refers to a quality of dynamic equilibrium. It's never static. It's always evolving and always growing. And sometimes we swing wider and sometimes we feel more balanced. It's all a process, and that's what we're here for. So I could spend an hour just talking about this card. It holds immense and important teachings about what it means to fully become human by committing to our own inner processes of growth. There's a receptive power of this card that's important, the ability to receive what's coming without reacting to it, to receive and then align and ground, and then choose from within how to respond to what's happening outside, how to participate. And then, there's so much I could say. The other point that has been happening over the biggest process we're in right now is an evolution of consciousness from 3D to 4D to 5D. And so I'm going to say a little bit about this now because the spread that we received will help us understand in this coming month how we can participate more fully. When we come from a place of inner truth, we have the ability to pay attention and observe what our responses are. If we respond to circumstances, if we experience and respond to something that happens from a place of fear or worry or doubt or anger or judgment, it's a signal that we are caught in a pattern that can be called third dimensional consciousness. Third dimensional consciousness is all forms of polarity, of experiencing life as good and bad and right and wrong. And these experiences of 3D consciousness are why we're here and what we're evolving out of. We're evolving as a collective, as a planet, and as individuals into 5D consciousness, which is consciousness of the heart. No longer perceiving being trapped or victims of our circumstances. In 5D heart consciousness, we experience oneness and harmony and trust, and an awareness of universal wholeness and harmony. Manifestation happens instantly in 5D, and all of you are experiencing, and myself included, are experiencing manifestations happening faster and faster when we come aligned with a vision, and then it happens. That's a symptom or a signal that we are moving into closer alignment with the natural harmony that exists in the universe in higher dimensions of awareness. We're bringing our lives with us, we're bringing our bodies with us, we're bringing our form with us. 3D doesn't really refer to materiality, it refers to a consciousness of separation. Where we are living largely now is in the consciousness of the fourth dimension, which is also known as the astral plane, and the travel zone between 3D perception of being lost or separated or isolated, 3D perceptions, and then 4D astral consciousness allows us to travel to other dimensions. And here are the qualities of fourth dimension: curiosity, objectivity, trust in the unknown, and an ability to hold paradox so that we no longer feel like we have to choose right or wrong. We can see objectively how there is wholeness, some form of wholeness in every perception. And we hold curiosity of how we can step more into our own understanding at a higher level of something maybe that we don't currently understand or that feels uncomfortable. Appreciation is one of the most easy and necessary gateways to this higher consciousness that is moving us into the heart. So when you feel appreciation, when you cultivate appreciation, when you cultivate curiosity, and when you experience trust in all that is, even if you don't understand it, you can know that you're living in this new consciousness that is strengthening our ability to live from the heart. I'm talking a lot about this today because these are the key teachings of the adjustment card, our ability to embrace every circumstance and commit to returning to alignment, using our tools and our practices to return to alignment no matter what the outer world or inner world of our body throws at us. Every symptom in material form is an indicator of a manifestation of something that's already been created. And our job as we evolve is to come to balance with whatever has happened, to return to alignment and move to the light. And then healing and harmony and wholeness return. So knowing all of this, and then specifically knowing that this new moon in Libra is bringing us a new ability to participate with a specific frequency of new vision, new quality of imagination, and new perceptions of what is possible and what we can create when we step into participation with others. Always from this place of inner truth and celebrating our own individual uniqueness and individual strength. So knowing that there's this new potential that's building from the incredibly powerful lunar cycles we've been having. I went to the cards, actually pulled this spread yesterday, and I've been meditating out on it myself for the last several hours. I pulled a spread asking for guidance for us on how we can most fully step into this new threshold of participation that the Libra New Moon represents. And so this card is here to signal what the signature is. I didn't pull it in the spread. So now I'm going to show you this amazing spread that came forward. I'm really excited to share it. So first I'm going to show the card that came up in the position of circumstances, the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is called futility. What it represents is a habit of mind, especially during times of change. Seven is a number of transcendence. It represents new qualities of change and creation. It's a habit of mind that overthinks. The central sword is what is key here because it's the same sword on which the priestess is balancing. And so the central sword represents your connection to truth, your connection to the yes of what is possible. And then the other six swords represent habits of mind that sabotage your ability to stay aligned with that truth. I think of this as the yes but card. The central sword is the yes, and then the other six swords are the but. Yes, this is possible, but this is what's always happened in the past. So the futility comes from our stories and how we sabotage our momentum by attaching to the way things have been. And we fail to trust that alignment to truth, higher truth. And so what I love about this card is that the teaching of this card is that it's very easy to return to balance once we remember and choose to commit to the yes, to the alignment. And so whenever this card appears in connection with the adjustment card, it's always a very strong reminder to hold to the yes of what's possible and ground within, and then your imagination will flower into new visions of possibility. And that's what it means in this position of circumstances. So as you're looking at the spread, just see that yes sword. It's the Ace of Swords if you work with the cards. The Ace of Swords of a new yes, a new vision. See it illuminated in everything in your life. And what will also be illuminated are the old habits of mind. You no longer need to attach to them. And then in the position of spirit, the support for this is the Prince of Cups. And this is directly expressing a quality in this particular astrology chart of a strength of emotional grounding, of emotional confidence and emotional power that comes from the depths of your being. The North Node in this chart represents the leading edge of creation, and it happens to be in Cancer. And the specific signature, I made a note here, is our ability to ground into the permanence of inner truth. So Cancer is a water sign, and the Prince of Cups is water, and it's this has to do with feeling at home, with coming home to the truth of who you are and resting in that home in the position of spirit. This card is saying that you can ask for help with this from your higher self and your guides to feel at home, and then the quality of the Prince of to feel at home in your circumstances from the depths of your being, to feel trust. Trust is one of the qualities of water. And then also to know that you can ask for help in making choices moving forward. This new moon is very much about moving forward and establishing new momentum in your life by participating. The warriors are participants. By choosing from the heart what resonates for you and then moving in that direction. So commit to asking for help with this. That's the message of this Prince of Cups in spirit. Ask for help and know that you are being supported to move forward in new and fortunate directions in your life. And then that couldn't be more strongly emphasized by the card in the position of mind, which is the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups, it also happens to be to represent our recent Pisces full moon 2 weeks ago. And it has to do with our confidence and our maturity and our commitment to following our own path of purpose. The Knight is reaching for the Grail, and this is a teaching that happens in every moment when we trust that we are on our path and we trust to follow that path. In the position of mind, this is saying that you can commit right now to your highest path by following your heart. Follow what is deepest and truest in your heart. That is your truth, and that is what will guide you. Follow that thread. So even just the colors of this spread are very indicative of the signature of the adjustment card. This blue of truth, what truth really means, and how truth radiates from our own alignment with who we are and what we speak and how we choose to connect and come into relationship with our life, how we participate, and the way we can connect our inner truth through our emotional strength and living from our heart. So this is a very encouraging and also a powerful message for each of us this month. And the final punchline is the fourth card. I always draw a fourth card, and it's the Wheel of Fortune. And this is saying that we are at a new level now. This is a very strong affirmation that we are at a new level of being able to fully participate in the ongoing wheel of this life and of this world. And a new level of trust in the unfolding of our circumstances and the knowledge that fortune exists in every moment. This is one of the teachings of the adjustment card, and also in the chart, Jupiter is very strongly connected to our ability to trust in the fortune of our lives, and the Wheel of Fortune card also is associated with Jupiter. There's a strong way that this month will help you connect to trust in the ongoing circumstances and your ability to move into alignment. One of the complementary aspects of these two cards has to do with the experience of balance during change. In the adjustment card, the experience of balance and equilibrium is taught by reconnecting to inner truth, to grounding, and to your vertical alignment. The teaching in the fortune card about returning to balance is to move to the center of the wheel where it is still and calm. When you're on the outside of the wheel and you feel yourself reacting to circumstances and spinning and not able to gain perspective, it's just a signal that it's time to move back to center, which happens here. So this is an indicator of good fortune ahead and your ability to participate now in something larger than you've ever imagined is possible. It's where we're going and where we are. And so celebrate your accomplishments, especially what you're bringing forward over this last season of creation, what you're offering now to the world in yourself. When we step into participation in the fall, it's ourselves that we bring. You may have projects, you may have dreams, you may have visions. All of those are the actions and activities that you'll use to participate. It's really yourself that you're bringing to the world. So I honor each of you now for your willingness and ability to show up, to trust within, to trust the light, to trust with curiosity the unfolding of this adventure, and to trust in the unfolding. So thank you, each of you, and I wish you a beautiful month of creation and participation in this amazing world. This is Elizabeth Schermer with the Libra New Moon message.